Assalamu alaikum, hello and welcome. Today we are going to talk about 5 reasons why Ruto will be the president in 2022. And first I will start with a quote by Muhammad Ali, who was an American professional boxer. He says, "Don't quit, suffer now and live the rest of your life as a champion. Any person who stands up to great odds is normally considered a hero, regardless of what the fight is about." The person we are going to talk about is Ruto. Today, Ruto and Raila are considered the only fighters among the political bigwigs in Kenya. We will see shortly why Raila is no longer as he used to be sometimes back before the handshake. In contrast, the likes of Gideon Moi, Kalonzo Musyoka, and Musalia Mudavadi have never been known to be fighters or even to fight for a cause, and as a result cannot stir public emotions. I will briefly share with you 5 reasons why Ruto is the next president, the 5th president of Kenya. He has a very good chance of becoming the next president of Kenya. Number 1. Before we go into number 1, if it is your first time you are coming across this channel, please hit subscribe and turn on notification. And I would like to take this opportunity to wish all Muslims all over the world in Ramadan Mubarak. So let's go into the business. Number 1, referendum is unpopular. Everyone knows. If you ask anyone in the streets or even your friends, your colleagues at work, they will tell you referendum is unpopular. There are other priorities that the government should be dealing with instead of putting money in referendum. Many believe the planned changes are not going to benefit the ordinary people. The planned changes are going to expand the government and include these people who are out of government. Raila, Musalia Mudavadi, Kalonzo Musyoka, and the others. So the idea of focusing on referendum is not something that is popular amongst many Kenyans because there are a lot of challenges. There is the challenge of poor, the economy is very poor. There is COVID, which is devastating large sections of the population. And then there is BBI, the handshake. Now, which one should take priority? If you ask ordinary Kenyans, they'll tell you the economy and the fighting COVID-19. So it is one of the reasons why Ruto is going to win in 2022 is the referendum, the unpopularity of the referendum. Number 2, if we look at number 2, we are going to see that Uhuru has betrayed those who are close to him. He has betrayed Ruto. Everyone knows that Ruto is in government, but the relationship between number 1 and number 2, Uhuru Kenyatta and Ruto, is not very good. Ruto is deputy president by virtue of the constitution. Otherwise, if it was like before 2010 constitution, he will have been sacked, to put it that way. And the other part about betrayal is Raila is in the process of being betrayed. And there are 3 reasons why people believe that. Number 1 is Uhuru has not taken Raila to Mount Kenya, to tour Mount Kenya, as Raila has done so. Raila has welcomed Uhuru to tour Nyanza region, but Uhuru is yet to do the same. Now, the other bit is about BBI. BBI has been claimed to be the work of the project of Raila, or rather ODM. Now, they are civil servants. It has been mentioned on several occasions that they are civil servants who are trying to manipulate BBI process to the advantage the advantage of Uhuru Kenyatta. So number two reason is there are people who are diverting BBI to benefit their own end. Now, the other number three is the third reason why people believe Raila is going to be betrayed or is in the process of being betrayed is Uhuru is entertaining Raila's rivals. Who are Raila's rivals? Kalonzo Musyoka, Wetangula, Moi. Although we have seen some kind of movements after it emerged that Raila and Ruto may be working a formula to work together. Yesterday, this week, it has emerged that Mohoho, Kenyatta, and Gideon Moi have taken the initiative to meet Raila Odinga so that they can somehow find a way of working together. Even that, we should not forget that Uhuru is yet to take Raila to Mount Kenya. There is this issue of civil servants fighting in Raila and diverting BBI to their own advantage. There is the third one that there are those who are working against, who are opposing Raila, and Uhuru is working with them, as I have mentioned. Now, consider this together, you'll find that Uhuru is fighting Raila, but is also helping Ruto to go forward, to be the front runner, to be the most popular. Because instead of Ruto focusing on fighting Raila, Uhuru is helping him in doing that. Uhuru is not helping Ruto in a good way, but he's trying to find a way of benefiting himself. Uhuru is finding himself in difficult situation. If he supports Ruto, he will see that he will be the least to benefit from Ruto presidency. Again, if he helps Raila to be president, the same is going to happen. So Uhuru is finding himself in between a rock and a difficult hard surface. A rock and a hard surface. He's finding himself between a rock and hard surface. Now, the third reason why but personally, I believe he's going to win, Ruto is going to win, is the hustler narrative. Hustler narrative is something that is selling to the grassroots. There has been this issue of Jubilee claiming to be the liberators of the youths, but now it has emerged that nothing has been done for the youths for the time Jubilee has been in power. So Ruto is saying that, we've tried, but now we are not working with the government. We are not in the same league. They are trying to do their own things. He is taking the initiative of putting his money to help the youth. And in this regard, we have seen the wheelbarrow theory coming out, the wheelbarrow philosophy coming out, that we start helping people starting from the grassroots. That is his political philosophy. If we look at, on the other hand, the dynasties theory about how they will want life to be for the ordinary Kenyans, we cannot identify any political theory there. There is no philosophy being put across by the dynasties. By the dynasties, I mean Raila, Uhuru, Kalonzo Musyoka, Mudavadi, and Wetangula. These are people who are considered to be under Gideon Moi. These are people who are considered to be dynasty. They are yet to formulate a political philosophy to sell to Kenyans. Hustler narrative is a political philosophy that is permeating to the grassroots in a very popular way. So number 3 is the hustler narrative. Hustler narrative is something that is selling very widely. Number 4 is Ruto has started his campaign very early. He started immediately. Uhuru Kenyatta said publicly in a rally, 10 for me, 10 for Ruto. And that record is still available in the social media and any other media. You may look for that clip. Now, if you have started planting mango tree, if you've planted your mango tree 5 years ago, by now you should be getting the fruits. That is what is happening with Ruto presidential bid. He started his campaign in 2013, and today he's the most formidable front runner for that seat. And if you start your campaign as early as 2013, by 2022 you'll be the one to be, to lose. Basically, the people who will be running against you are people who are going to face a lot of challenges. As we speak of today, there are very few people who have put their bid publicly. They have put across their intention to run. The second person who will have been very capable of winning the seat is Raila, but he is yet to announce his bid up to today. So Ruto is the front runner in this kind of setup. Now, there is another advantage that Ruto has. It's the incumbency advantage. That is being in number 2 is a positive thing for Ruto, because he's actually the one who has been winning, who has won the 2 terms, presidential terms for Uhuru. If it was not for Ruto, the story would have been different. Raila would have been president 2013 and 2017. Now, being in that position of being the person who has won the elections puts him in a very strong position, because he knows how the levers of power operate. This is something that other candidates do not have access to, and that's why the incumbency benefit, the incumbency advantage, is something that will make Ruto become president in 2022. I should add that Ruto is a very energetic, courageous, and hardworking personality. He has that kind of personality. So it means that if you go for it and you have those leadership qualities, then it is very difficult for you to lose. More to come. Keep it here. See you later, inshallah.